Welcome to News Today with WDW News Today. I'm Tom Corliss. Here now the news for September 25th, 2020. Any Disney cast member will tell you that they're trained to stick to the 4 keys: safety, courtesy, show, and efficiency to bring the best in Disney service to guests. But in light of recent events and to harbor a more welcoming environment for all cast, the following announcement was issued to employees. Quote, "For more than 60 years, the 4 keys of safety, courtesy, show, and efficiency have provided a foundation for our culture and guided our renowned approach to service as we welcome guests from all over the world. As we keep moving forward and working together to drive meaningful cultural change, we are introducing inclusion as a new key and will be rolling out the 5 keys globally across the segment." If any of you are former cast members or know a cast member or a current cast member, you know how big a deal those 4 keys are. So the fact that there's a 5th key is crazy, but it's a statement on where we are in 2020 that inclusion is as important as those other keys, and now there's a 5th key. Although now the question is, what is the order of importance of the keys? Because I thought some were more important than others, from what I remember. I don't know. We'll see. The Tomorrowland Transit Authority People Mover has been closed at the Magic Kingdom since early March. It was officially moved to the refurbishment list in August and is set to be closed through the end of November. Now, Walt Disney World has filed a roofing permit for the attraction. The permit is for quote-unquote general construction of the TTA, 1225 Monorail Way. The contractor is Crown Roofing LLC, an Orlando roofing company. It's unknown exactly what construction Crown Roofing will be performing at the attraction. Disney has not stated an exact reason for the extended closure of the People Mover, and it's likely that roofing is not the sole refurbishment project planned. More permits for the attraction may show up in the future. The Liberty Square, Riverboat, and Tom Sawyer Island at the Magic Kingdom are scheduled for an extensive refurbishment that is going to start on October 5th and run through at least January 2nd of 2021. The refurbishments are currently listed on the My Disney Experience app under Park Hours and Info. It's unknown what exactly will be done at both locations, but with refurbishments also taking place at Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, it seems the area is about to get a whole lot busier. The Liberty Square Riverboat recently underwent a routine refurbishment back in August. This to me sounds like river draining. That's 3 months usually would mean a river draining. We'll see what happens. That happened not that long ago. I think it was 2018 was the river draining, so I don't know. As we approach the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World, a number of improvements and refurbishments are underway, as we just mentioned, for the Golden Anniversary celebration. And while the icon of the Magic Kingdom, Cinderella Castle, already received a makeover, soon another icon of the park will be getting an all-new color scheme as well. The first thing guests see when approaching the Magic Kingdom is the park's iconic Toll Plaza. Well, starting Monday, September 28th, the Magic Kingdom parking gate will undergo an 8-week-long refurbishment and repainting project to give the entrance a whole new color scheme for the anniversary. Imagineers were seen out earlier in the week analyzing the gate, comparing potential options using color boards for reference. Work is set to begin next week with 3 lanes to be closed off at a time for the repainting process. We learned earlier this month that Cinderella's Royal Table at the Magic Kingdom would be reopening with no princesses, and after a soft opening on September 23rd, the restaurant fully reopened yesterday to guests, and we were on hand. For those of you looking to dine at this popular signature restaurant in the Magic Kingdom, please head on over to our website for a full and comprehensive review of what the dining experience is like. And as you're seeing in the video now, there was a character present. It was Cinderella, and yeah, she doesn't go table to table, but she is most certainly there. City Hall on Main Street, USA in the Magic Kingdom has been under refurbishment since January, and while it was completely covered by a scrim for several months, the building was in full view as of today. Looks like the building has a fresh coat of paint and other small cosmetic fixes. The building remained open throughout the entire refurbishment. Arriving at Sunshine Seasons in the Land Pavilion at Epcot, the Land Crusher is sure to make your mouth water at the sight of this delicious pulled pork sandwich. On 6 pieces of Texas toast, an order of the Land Crusher comes with 2 double-decker sandwich slices topped off with folded pickle skewers for $10.99. It also comes with a bag of Lay's chips. I can't believe there's an item called the Land Crusher at the Land. That's crazy. For something a little more normal that's new at Epcot, if you're craving an American favorite that isn't as heavy, look no further than the apple tart at the Regal Eagle Smokehouse in the American Adventure. Inside, the apple filling is tart, sweet, and slightly crispy, seasoned with just the right amount of spices. On top of the tarts, it's a crunchy and crumbly streusel that combines perfectly with the warm apple filling. For just $4.99, this tart is the perfect way to end a meal that isn't the banana pudding, which I still think is the best dessert in Epcot. But you can read all about this new dessert and that Land Crusher on our website. Be the queen you truly are with this new royalty collection at the United Kingdom Pavilion. With merchandise ranging from shirts and sweaters to purses and cups, there's sure to be something for everyone. As you might guess, you can view the entire collection at WDWNT.com. The very first fireworks were launched at Walt Disney World post-COVID-19 shutdown this week. Part of a fireworks test at Epcot. It's unknown whether this was tied to the new Harmonious nighttime show, the upcoming return of fireworks to the park, or just basic show maintenance to make sure that all these launches still work. But nonetheless, guests were excited, and plenty of onlookers around Crescent Lake gathered to see the random every 5-minute burst of fireworks. We took a position on the bridge over the waterway connecting Disney's Boardwalk Inn to the International Gateway. The fireworks testing began around 9:12 in the evening, with elements launched in 2 to 4 minute intervals at first, waning off as the hours passed. No discernible music could be heard from the bridge either. And by 10 p.m., most of the more impressive high-burst fireworks had been launched, with the next half hour bringing mostly low-lying launches and bursts that could barely be seen over foliage. The test came hours after show crews were seen photographing areas around World Showcase Lagoon. In the past few weeks, we reported on Harmonious barge construction and the removal of scrims from the show's control center. An opening date for Harmonious is still unknown at this time, and at this time, nighttime spectaculars, of course, are suspended throughout Walt Disney World. It's time for baguettes, wine, and French onion soup. Well, not yet, but soon. According to a recent update on the Walt Disney World website, it appears that the reopening of Chefs de France at the France Pavilion in Epcot has been postponed to October, but the opening date now seems to be set as October 8th, as reservations are available now. Lunches from 12:30 to 3:55, dinner from 4 p.m. to 6:50, or just 10 minutes before parks close. On weekends where Epcot has extended evening hours, the restaurant's hours are extended accordingly. Hours are not yet available for Monsieur Paul, the upstairs restaurant. It's unknown when that will be opening. Star Wars Rise of the Resistance boarding groups are filling up within seconds each day at Hollywood Studios, but now it looks like Disney might be looking for a way to increase the ride's capacity. New plastic dividers were spotted on a ride vehicle and as a trial. The folks at Goofketeers saw the dividers on a transport as they were exiting the ride. The divider is between the front and back row. These dividers might mean two parties can safely sit, one in the front row, one in the back. I will tell you, if I was sat in this back row, I would ask for another vehicle, because I don't like these plastic dividers. They have them on Living with the Land. They have them on Kilimanjaro Safaris. You can't really experience the ride well with these. So it is just a test. They're not actually sitting anyone in that back row yet. We saw them sit people in the front row of this particular vehicle. But yeah, this is a weird turn of events that I don't think is going to amount to anything. For the first time in forever, a Frozen sing-along celebration at Hollywood Studios might be reopening soon. We saw screens in the queue area for the attraction turned on, as well as workers attempting to fix broken screens while they played the show's pre-show. The screens were playing the usual Frozen clips and introducing the now closed show. Workers had a ladder out to reach the screen that was malfunctioning. There are also social distancing markers for individual parties in the waiting area, indicating that they are prepared for reopening. Multiple screens in the same row went black while we were watching, but of course, cast members were there to fix it. Needless to say, equity performers can be unfurloughed now, and it might just be a matter of days until the Frozen sing-along is back. Haleo reopened at Walt Disney World just a few weeks ago, but we have already returned to try the Magical Dining Month offerings, which, by the way, have been extended all the way through the end of October now. We had an amazing multi-course, only $35 meal at Haleo. The full review is up on our site, and I will tell you, it might be the best table service dining discount in the history of Disney World. And yes, we paid to go. This is not a paid advertisement. We went. Please go check out the review. Haleo is great, but this $35 dining deal is absolutely spectacular. It's so much food for so little money. Walt Disney Imagineering has just shared a first look at Disney's Polynesian Village Resort's new entrance and monorail station coming summer 2021. The resort's refurbishment is set to begin on September 28th and will bring a number of design changes, including Moana-themed rooms. From Imagineer Zach Ridley, quote, "We're thrilled to share news of exciting changes coming to the Polynesian Village Resort, a favorite destination of guests and cast members since its opening on October 1st, 1971. This beloved resort hotel immerses you in an oasis straight out of the South Seas with a sense of aloha that embraces you from the moment you arrive. That arrival experience is about to take on a whole new look with an enhanced entryway that will debut just in time for the resort hotel's 50th anniversary." As you can see in the art, not only do you have that new entrance area, you have a very different looking monorail station, less cross beams. It's an interesting look. I personally, as long as the waterfalls and water features on both sides stay, I'm okay with this. We can't tell that from the art, but otherwise I think it's a good change. I've always felt that entrance is a little dark and dingy, despite how much I love the vibe of the rest of the resort. We stopped by Disney's Saratoga Springs Resort and Spa to try some new Halloween treats at the Artist's Palette. The chocolate whoopie pie is filled with pumpkin spiced marshmallow and garnished with a spiderweb chocolate piece for $4.99. This cupcake is filled with chocolate and topped with salted caramel buttercream. The sauce is garnished with chocolate flames and a witch's broom for $5.99. To read our reviews of both treats, head on over to our website. With Disneyland Resort still closed, Disney has released extension guidelines for its top annual pass holders with Premier Passports, a pass which includes access to both Disneyland Resort and Walt Disney World Resort theme parks. 30-day extensions are being made so that passports remain active and will continue on a monthly basis until a theme park reopening date has been identified for the Disneyland Resort. The full details are outlined in an email issued to Premier Pass holders, which you can read over on our website. It also says that they will be extending the Premier Passport whatever the amount of the Disneyland closure ends up being once a reopening date is announced. So not only do Premier Passport holders get those 30-day extensions until a date is announced, they'll get a larger extension once Disneyland does pick a day to open. As we just mentioned, the Disneyland Resort's reopening remains stalled, and now hotel cancellations extend through October 10th. Guests with existing reservations have begun to receive emails notifying them of the cancellation. With the heartbreaking passing of Chadwick Boseman this past August, Walt Disney Imagineering has brought a thoughtful tribute of the late actor to the downtown Disney district at the Disneyland Resort. A new art installation titled King Chad was revealed earlier yesterday at Downtown Disney. The installation pays tribute to Black Panther star Chadwick Boseman with an inscription by concept artist and Imagineer Nicholas Smith. Quote, "As a former Disney Imagineer, I had the honor of working on a major children's hospital initiative and Avengers Campus as my final two assignments. Seeing Chadwick's heart for people in person and later discovering his courageous battle with cancer, I was inspired to create this tribute to honor his life and legacy. To us, he was and always will be T'Challa. Long live the King." In the image, Boseman, dressed as Black Panther, stands next to a child wearing a Black Panther costume, mask, and a hospital gown as they both cross their arms in the signature Wakanda Forever salute. We're sure this art installation will become a very popular photo and memorial wall in the coming weeks, and even more so with the opening of Avengers Campus coming soon. Disney has announced that Aulani, a Disney resort and spa, will begin its phased reopening on Sunday, November 1st in Hawaii. The state will be implementing a new pre-arrival testing program starting in mid-October, which will pave the way for this reopening. From Aulani, quote, "Aloha, we are pleased to share with you an update. Given Hawaii's recent announcement of a pre-arrival testing program for those traveling out of state, we are working towards a phased reopening of Aulani, a Disney resort and spa, beginning on Sunday, November 1st. And just like our other Disney destinations that have reopened, we are using a measured approach that focuses on the health and safety of our guests, cast, and community. Our gradual phased approach to reopening considers the guidance of local and national governments and health authorities, including the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC, as well as the U.S. Travel Association and Disney's team of health and safety experts. This deliberate approach allows us to evaluate and adjust along the way as circumstances and the recommendations of health authorities evolve. Baymax, our personal healthcare companion, finally has an attraction of his own. Guests are whipped around from left and right to raise their happiness levels at Tokyo Disneyland, similar to alien swirling saucers at Disney's Hollywood Studios, aboard the Happy Ride with Baymax. The main difference, Imagineers have composed 6 new songs with synchronized light shows to go along with the ride. And now you can watch and listen to all 6 right here on our YouTube channel. The new Fantasyland expansion has finally opened to guests at Tokyo Disneyland, featuring a recreation of Belle's Village, the Beast Castle, a new theater, and a new attraction in Tomorrowland, Baymax, we just talked about. And now you can imagine you're really walking through that expansion thanks to our walking tour of the area. You can watch that video as well right here on our YouTube channel. And although the expansion at Tokyo Disneyland is now open as of September 28th officially, but soft open now, there's one notable absence: the new Mickey's Magical Music World show set to occupy the new Fantasyland Forest Theater. The show, which features Mickey and his friends as they take a journey through the world of Disney music, will open at an undetermined later date. Fortunately, we can still look at the area around the new theater. Signs are posted along the way for the show. Hopefully it won't be too long before we get to see it. A digital sign will likely display show times. It's off right now. Banners with the letters FFT as well as acorns with the motif of comedy and tragedy masks are posted along the route to the theater. The area above the doors again features those acorn comedy tragedy masks alongside windows with painted tree designs. Guests were quick to crowd the area and see the theater for themselves. There's a small area in front that will presumably hold guests as they wait for the next show. The covered semicircle that surrounds the theater plaza features posters of theatrical parodies similar to the cue of Mickey's PhilharMagic. The Fantasyland Forest Theater's plaza is now open to guests, but the interior won't be available until stage shows in total resume at the Tokyo Disney Resort. Hong Kong Disneyland, which closed for a second time in July due to a spike in COVID-19 cases, has reopened as of September 25th. And while we had to wait to see the full park again, we did have a preview of the Castle of Magical Dreams, the park's reimagined icon. We noticed that construction walls have been removed from around the castle, which combines design elements based on 13 Disney princesses and heroines. The stained glass you're seeing now features an icon for each of the 13 characters, with Snow White's apple in the center. Can you name them all? I'll let you pause the show now if you want to try, but I'll reveal them. Going clockwise, we see the glass slipper from Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty's crown, Ariel's seashell, Belle's rose, the magic lamp from Aladdin, Mulan's jade comb, colorful leaves for Pocahontas, Tiana's crown, the crest of Corona from Tangled, Merida's bow and arrow, and ice crystals from Frozen, as well as the heart of Te Fiti from Moana. In the center, of course, we see the red poisoned apple from Snow White. Though the Castle of Magical Dreams will likely not be completed by the time the park reopens, it wasn't. It does look like it's nearing completion. As Disney parks around the world work to try and make up for the massive financial losses of the pandemic, Shanghai Disneyland has altered their nighttime spectacular. A WDWNT reader has reported that Shanghai Disneyland made cuts to Ignite the Dream, a nighttime spectacular of magic and light, which has been undergoing trial operations at the park since July. The nighttime spectacular around Enchanted Storybook Castle has supposedly cut its Pirates of the Caribbean and Star Wars segments, as well as half of the Frozen section, in an attempt to lower costs, as a shorter show requires less fireworks. Our reader also told us that it is not a safety measure, as life has returned mostly to normal in Shanghai. Have a ball this Halloween and dress up your couch with a new Madame Leota throw pillow. Found this pillow at Disney Springs with the Haunted Mansion and Halloween merchandise. The pillow resembles Madame Leota's tombstone as seen in the graveyard just before entering the mansion. It's available for $29.99. We also found it at Memento Mori in the Magic Kingdom. Also at Memento Mori, we found another brand new Madame Leota item, this crystal ball. Priced at $24.99, this crystal ball lights up and has sound effects. This haunting crystal ball can be found in the Emporium, as well as Memento Mori, near the Haunted Mansion. It also has a cool fog effect. It's very cool. Another piece from the Minnie Mouse The Main Attraction collection has arrived at Sir Mickey's in the Magic Kingdom, and now it is the adorable Western-style themed plush for Big Thunder Mountain. Sir Mickey's now has a number of these in stock at the time, just in time for the attraction's 40th anniversary. Minnie is made up of a denim-style fabric with light pink suede. Her dress has Western accents, and the red and orange hues of Frontierland contrasting against gold trim. She even has a silky red bandana with the Big Thunder Mountain insignia. This limited release item is part of Series 9 of 12 of Minnie Mouse The Main Attraction. Don't forget, next month is the Haunted Mansion collection. The plush is $29.99. If you've been looking for a cool new accessory, may we suggest going with a snowman. This new baseball cap at Walt Disney World features Olaf saying one of his most popular lines from Frozen 2, "Samantha!" The navy blue, this is so dumb. The navy blue hat has Olaf's head looking very confused with the question written out in orange. Cap retails for $27.99. We found it, but not Samantha, at World of Disney and Disney Springs, as well as Mickey's of Hollywood at Hollywood Studios. For more information on these stories and more, head on over to WDWNT.com. This program is brought to you by our official travel agent sponsor, The Vacationeer, the engineers of your next magical vacation. Sit back and let their team of vacation planning experts craft your family's next magical Disney trip. The best part, their services are free. Visit WDWNT.travel for details. If you're enjoying the show, be sure to like this video, subscribe to WDW News Today on YouTube for more great content, click the bell for notifications, and make sure to hit select all notifications so you never miss an episode of the show. For the worldwide leader in Disney Parks news, this is Tom Corliss saying enjoy the rest of your today and have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. Samantha!
Pressing Issues is the spin-off of the WDW News Today podcast segment as a long-form panel discussion in which some of the brightest minds of WDWNT analyze the biggest stories of the week and their impact on the Walt Disney Company, its parks, guests, and cast members. Join us every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern, live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, or afterward on the WDW News Today podcast feed.